Hello, hello. Welcome back to Math Made Possible. I believe I can. I'm your current teacher, Ms. Howard, and today we're going to be using the 5th grade Illustrative Math curriculum to review Unit 2, Lesson 8. This will be a summary. Today we're going to be solving problems about multiplying whole numbers by fractions. Yesterday we multiplied by unit fractions, which is a fraction that has a 1 as a numerator. All right, so let's take a look at take a look at A, B, and C. Let's see what we notice that's the same. First of all, I see that all of them have a denominator of 5. That's basically saying maybe 5 people, right? Because that's what our denominator is. It's being shared with either five people, 5 parts, but bottom line, the numerator is 5 for all of them. I also see that there is a 3 right here. That means it's going to be multiplied by 3. So let's go ahead and write this one out. I'm going to draw this picture. So it's saying that we have 1/5 3 times. So let's go ahead and draw that. And I'll partition it as best as I can. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let me erase this. You could always do this on your notebook as well. If your area or your space needs to be a little bit bigger to make it, your diagram be equal, then do that. Erase it and just fix it. All right, so this says 1/5 of that is shaded. Let's choose a different color. Let's choose green. And we're going to shade 1/5 of that. Okay. 1/5 of one whole, 1/5 of another whole. So this is how we would write it. This is 1/5 plus another 1/5 plus another 1/5. Well, guess what? That equals 3/5. And I also want to show you how to do this using multiplication. We can also say, put a 1 underneath our whole number to make it a fraction, or multiply straight across. So you could see 1 times 3, that equals 3, and 5 times 1, that equals 5. So here are the two ways that we can solve this. We can solve it with our diagram, and let's put our 3/5 on this side. 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 equals 3/5. Or we could do we can look at it with multiplication, solve it with multiplication. Now let's take a look at this one. Again, I see that I'm going to have 3 groups. Let me go ahead and draw that again. 1, 2, 3, and it is still partitioned into fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to erase a little bit of that. So do you see how I'm making it a little bit neater? It was too big before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So this time, instead of shading 1/5, I have to shade 2/5. This time I'm going to use my highlighter because it's easier to do it that way. That's 1/5 that's shaded. That's another 5th that's shaded. That's 1/5 that's shaded and 2/5 that's shaded. That's 1/5 that's shaded and 2/5 that's shaded. Now let's go ahead and write out our problem. So we have 2/5 right here plus 2/5 plus 2/5. We know when we count all of those that are shaded, that's 2, 4, 6. That equals 6/5. Now let's do it with our other strategy, solve it with our other strategy, which is multiplication. Again, in order to multiply a whole number, we're going to put a 1 under the whole number, so that makes it a fraction. So we multiply straight across now. 2 times 3, that equals 6. Again, for those of you who don't see where I am, I'm multiplying straight across. 2 times 3 equals 6. And 5 times 1, that equals 5. So again, you can draw it out to see if you can understand it, or you can multiply straight across. Let's do our last one. So let's use our same strategy. 3 times 3. We'll put our 1 on the bottom so we don't forget. We know that 3 is also double of 1. So, triple of 1. So I know triple of 3 would be 9, or 3 times 3 equals 9. And again, 5 times 1, that equals 5. Okay. So let's take a look at our expressions again. We have 1/5 times 3, that's 3/5. Double of 1/5, that's 2/5. And we would have the double in our product. So 3/5 becomes 6/5. And then triple of 1/5 is 3 times 3. That would be 9. Okay, hopefully you were able to see that relationship. All right, so our next figure here, we have to describe what we see. You're going to see this on test, so please make sure you understand how to describe it. All you're doing is taking a look at the numbers, and then you're just writing out exactly how you see it. So let me go ahead and type this one. So I'm going to begin up here. I'm going to use all my space because I don't know how long our writing is going to be. So it says 2 times parentheses 3 divided by 5. Well, first of all, I see 3 whole rectangles. So I see 3 whole rectangles, right? That are divided into 5 parts, or 5 equal pieces. However you want to write it, make sure you do have the word equal. 5 equal parts are 5 equal pieces. 5 equal parts are 5 equal pieces. And those and 2 of those pieces are shaded. All right, so that would be my answer for the first one. Let's go ahead and draw that one now. How do you see 6/5? Well, again, if I counted all my blue pieces, I see 6 shaded blue pieces. Each one represents 1/5. So 6 divided by 5 our total. Next one. All right, what I want you to do is pause the video and see if you can identify these with your parents before I come back and give you the answer. Go ahead and pause the video. All right, great. Let's go ahead and see if you came up with the same thing that I did. There are 3 whole groups of 2 shaded let's rewrite. There are 3 whole groups of rectangles. 2/5 are shaded. Keep it simple. 2/5. Let me add one more piece because we have to talk about that number 1. That number 1 is 2/5 a unit are shaded. That's it. It's nothing else. You just have to explain how you see it. All right, last one. All right. Again, we see 3 whole groups. I see 3 whole groups. Whole groups with 2 pieces of a rectangle shaded. And each rectangle is split or partitioned into 1/5. That's it. Okay, so here is a worksheet that I have provided for you. It is a fraction vocabulary. I'll attach that in the description. And here's another one that I will attach. I do thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate all of my likes and my subscribers because you're able to allow our video to go out there to other students who need help with solving fractions. Again, thank you again for watching, and I will see you on our next video. See you soon.